Welcome to Brew Talk, and this episode we're making ginger beer. So let's get started, shall we? What are you going to need and what's right here? First we have mixed spice, commonly called allspice. Cheap as hell, gives your ginger beer a bit more kick. Molasses, any brand would do, as long as it's unprocessed. Easy, and you can dissolve it in the liquid. Bang, boom. That gives you your alcohol content. Ginger, extra ginger. In case there's not enough ginger aroma and ginger flavour in your original concoction. Here I've got some ginger root, and I see I've grated ginger. I've also chopped ginger as well. Either works, or you can throw it in a blender and blitz the crap out of it. It's the same thing. You just want to get the ginger processed or ready to be boiled to extract the oils and get the ginger aromas and flavours. Easy. Sorry the camera angle's a bit crap, but it's my first time making a official how-to video, so I'll learn from my mistakes. Please in comments tell me how I messed this up so I know what's what. And finally, 1 whole lemon, halved. That's all you need. And mixed in with my ginger is some of the zest. But I think my camera's picking it up because it's being crap. Yeah, not too much. But this here will make a ginger beer. Fantastic, you know. So let's start brewing this, shall we? Brew Talk. Let's make some 3 to 5% ginger beer. It's brew time. Alright, the first ingredient you're going to need is a pan or pot, whatever you want to use, of boiling water. This is plain water. Put the heat on it, get it boiling, you know. Can't be simpler than that so far. You want your water boiling before you add any ingredients to this, okay? When it starts to boil or slightly simmer, then you can do what you need to do. But for now, we'll boil the water in advance. Ginger beer is very simple to make. It's basically, here's the order. First thing you do is the ginger. Second, you add all your juices and extra flavours. Then you let it steep, which means you leave it for an hour and let it cool down gradually. It infuses the liquid with all the goodness of the ingredients added and pour it through a sieve. Simple. As a beginner's recipe, it's very handy to new brewers. Gets them introduced to the principles of basically making simple alcohol. And ginger beer is good around Christmas. So I like my ginger very gingery. So if I use too much ginger in my recipe, don't be afraid to tone yours down or experiment. Depends on your preferences, okay? Don't like spices? Don't add them. It's simple. Alright, now the water is nearly to temperature, which means it's nearly time to start this. The first ingredient that goes in is your ginger. Be it the grated ginger, or the chopped ginger, or the blended ginger, or the juiced ginger, or the crushed ginger, however you prefer to prepare it. The more macerated the better. Basically, or the thinner slices the better if you're using a slice method. Really simple. Now the water's coming to temperature, feel the heat wave, it's starting to get a nice, mild, gentle boil going on here. So, let's start throwing it in, shall we? I like my ginger beer with lots of ginger. So let's chuck it in. This is enough for a 1 gallon batch. Sorry for the screeching noise, I can't help that with plates. For people who are hating this right now, like, oh my ears, why? Now, once you get your ginger in, you stir. You keep it stirring. We want to keep the heat on the ginger for a good half an hour. Half an hour. And as you notice, the flavour will become very, very pleasant. Oh, I start to smell that ginger. You want to keep it moving. So if you let it sit on the bottom of the pan, it will burn the ginger, giving you a burnt off flavour. And that's not too pleasant. You want to keep it moving, get a whirlpool going, and then you can basically leave it to lose its momentum. And you see your colour will start to change. It'll become very, very pleasant. You want to keep it on the heat for half an hour and keep it moving at all times. Because you don't want a burnt ginger flavour. You can make a whirlpool in the centre, keep it going, it's not going to be a problem. Like that. The process is very simple for this stage. We have the heat for half an hour. We don't boil it, we keep it at a nice below simmer. Small rolling boil at most. Then it's 1 hour to steep or rest. Which means as it cools down, oils, minerals and so on from the actual ginger root will be released. And also it will soften it and release a small amount of starch sugars from the ginger root itself. It's not going to be enough to ferment it. It's going to give you a beautiful mouthfeel and nice flavour. And keep it moving for half an hour. And do not let it stick to the bottom of the pan because it will burn on and it will give you a burnt flavour. Unless you like a burnt smoky flavour. We are now at the 25-minute mark. And you see this? It's not a rolling boil, it's not a simmering boil. You want to keep it, well, if you're in England using Celsius, you want to keep about 85 to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? If you're in Fahrenheit, you want to go no higher than 125. And no lower than, top of my head I believe it's 85. So the lowest 85, the highest 125 Fahrenheit. Now remember at this point, we've now released all the flavours from this ginger root. And this ginger root is smelling delicious. Oh, it's that white stuff coming up. Yeah. That's the start of some of it, oh, it's converted to starch sugar as well, which is nice. You don't want to boil the crap out of it, but you do want to heat it through thoroughly and get as much as you can. So you get a nice, beautiful, greeny yellow colour to it. I think this is not like ginger beer, but it will in the next few steps. Now it's at half an hour on the heat, okay? You can do it for an hour if you want, but you have to watch it, because you don't want to burn it, okay? Now here's the next step coming up. The aroma test. And a wee taste. Just tip your tongue on a spoon.